It's lights out for the City of Toronto tomorrow night.
And find a penny, pick it up, and throw it out. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Friday, March 30th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm J.R. Bailey. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Kate Foster. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, JR has our top story.
Reactions to the federal budget have been mixed across the country. In Ontario, Finance Minister Dwight Duncan says delaying old age pensions will put added pressure on provincial governments. He says the aging middle class will have their lifestyles reduced and will have less money for long-term care costs. Student groups have also reacted negatively. Raising the age of retirement will have Canadians working longer, which could make it harder for young people to enter the workforce. However, some provinces have voiced their support for the financial measures. Conservative Alberta Premier Alison Redford said the budget is right on track. Alberta could benefit from less red tape for big energy projects.
The budget also spells the end of the line for Canada's smallest coin. The penny will no longer be produced. Reporter Joseph Engelhard has the details.
It's a decision that could save taxpayers $11 million, 1 penny at a time. That's the rationale used by the federal government when Thursday's budget eliminated the 1-cent coin. Due to rising costs of metals, it now costs the Royal Canadian Mint 1.6 cents to make and distribute each penny. A government pamphlet explaining the change calls the penny a burden to the economy, but not everyone agrees. Freddie Chan, manager of Humber's Copy Center, says he doesn't agree with the decision.
I don't see the logic of it, getting rid of the penny. Because the government, they have a lot of other ways to save money.
When the change rolls out in the fall, cashiers will use a process called Swedish rounding, which raises or lowers the price of an item to the closest 5 cents.
We do a job for 99 cents, up with taxes $1.13. Then, all right, some customer may argue, how come you charge me $1.15?
Now, it is important to remember that Canada isn't the first country to do away with their penny. In fact, there are several countries, including Australia and New Zealand, that have done away with their respective 1-cent coins. In fact, New Zealand has also eliminated their 2- and 5-cent pieces, and it's likely that Australia will be following suit shortly and getting rid of their 5-cent coin. Joseph Engelhart, Humber News.
Thanks, Joseph. Toronto libraries are reopened today after an 11-day strike. Under the new 4-year collective agreement, workers with 11 years on the job will be protected from layoffs. All 2,300 workers will also receive a raise. Any reading material overdue during the strike should be returned within the next 2 weeks to avoid any late fees.
And the city is meeting today to discuss the future of some of Toronto's inside workers. A vote on the city's final offer ended in a split decision on Wednesday. Part-time long-term care and recreation workers are the 2 units who rejected the offer. Care workers are considered an essential service and are not legally allowed to strike or be locked out. They will head to arbitration with the city to work out a deal. This leaves part-time recreation workers still without a contract. However, as many as 9,000 part-time recreation workers could face a work stoppage.
Empty halls and classrooms may mean the closing of elementary and secondary schools in Ontario. According to Education Minister Laurel Broughton, more than 16% of schools in the province have a low enrollment rate. Schools that have low enrollment could be closed as early as this year. Closures would continue into 2013. Affected schools will have a 1-year window to speak to their communities and make a decision on whether closing is an option.
The detective who found the remains of 8-year-old Victoria Stafford will take the stand today in the trial against Michael Rafferty. Detective Sergeant Jim Smith discovered Tori's body in 2009 in a field located in Mount Forest, Ontario. Smith also interrogated Rafferty's former girlfriend, 21-year-old Terry Lynn McClintock. McClintock pled guilty to first-degree murder in the case in 2010 and is serving a life sentence. 31-year-old Rafferty has pled not guilty to first-degree murder, kidnapping, and sexual assault causing bodily harm in Stafford's death.
Earth Hour 2012 kicks off tomorrow at the Air Canada Centre. They will be participating for the first time by dimming their lights and shutting off outdoor advertisements during the Toronto Maple Leafs game against the Buffalo Sabres. Toronto Hydro has also vowed to turn off all non-essential electrical loads and lighting, and the official World Wildlife Federation Canada Earth Hour party will be hosted in the Distillery District, asking participants to bring their own candles, glow sticks, and flashlights. Earth Hour was created 5 years ago in Australia and has grown to become the world's largest environmental campaign.
When we come back, we'll have more news from across the country and around the world. Amy Weinstein will have the sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Justin Irwin.
Remember those record-breaking temperatures in mid-March? Well, I suggest holding on to that memory because it's going to be cold this weekend. I'll have your 5-day weather forecast after the break.